Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another series of online lessons. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like for this video. Now, in today's lesson, we are in set theory, and basically, we are going to first of all look at how we can express any number as a common fraction, especially those numbers with repeating values. Yeah, so we'll do that. So let's tune in. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is you have to identify the numbers that are repeating. So we've been given this number here. uh, so we have 164, then we have 342, 342, 342. So obviously the 342 is repeating here. So we'll consider that as the number that is repeating. So sometimes this will be, it can be written as 5.164, then 342, then they put a bar on that. So the bar there simply means the 342 is the number that is repeating. Okay, so now what we have to do is we let x equal to the number that we've been given. So in this case, which is 5.164, then 342, which is the part that is repeating. Then what we're going to do is we want to make sure that the decimal point comes just before the number starts repeating there. We want the decimal point to come there. So how are we going to get the decimal point there is by multiplying tens by the number of numbers that we have here. So we have three numbers, so we need to multiply by 1000. So multiplying 1000 both sides of the equation, we're going to have 1000 x equal to 5 point, it will be 5164.342. So this is the number that is repeating. So immediately you have the decimal point. At that point where the number is repeating, you get the original number that you had, which is x. So we have x being equal to, so let me use a different color for this one. So we have x being equal to 5.164, then 164.342, and this is the part that is repeating. Remember that. So now what you want to do on this step is you make sure that the decimal is at the point where the numbers are both repeating. Okay, so if you check this, so we need to move this decimal so that it correlates with these numbers that are here. Okay, so what can we do for us to move this decimal so that it correlates with these numbers that are here? Again, we need to multiply by 1000 on top. So we multiply by 1000 on top here and this side by 1000, and down here for this to move here so that the repeating pattern starts again here, because remember this is repeating, so meaning that the 342 is starting again here. So we need to multiply by 1000 as well so that the number goes down there. So this is also by 1000 by 1000. Then on top we're going to have a million, 1 million x, million has 6 zeros, so 1 million x equal to, so the point will move, which is 5164342.342 bar, like that. And here we multiply by 1000, so that is 1000x. So let me just use blue here for the other part. 1000x equal to, so this will be 5164.342 bar. So this is the part that is repeating. Okay, let me just go through what I said there. Okay, let me just go through what I said here. Okay, so we previously had, because after this you are almost done. So we previously had x equals to 5.164. Then the part that is repeating, which is 342. Okay, then we needed to make sure that the decimal moves here where there is the number that is repeating. Okay, so we did that by multiplying by this 1000 at first. Let me just go step by step. By multiplying by that 1000 there. Okay, then after doing that, we multiply, it moves to that point. Then the next step from here is getting the original number that we had. So let me just erase this. So getting the original number that we were given, which is x is equals to 5.14, which is this number that is here. Okay. Now the goal here is to subtract. Okay, let me just erase something. All right, so we said the goal here is to subtract this and this. Okay, but at the same time, we want to maintain the number that is down here. So we look at the points that are not repeating here. If we check the points, the points that are not repeating, there are 3 points that are not repeating that will collide with this part. Okay, so another way you can do this is you can extend this. So this can be 342. Again, this can be written as 342, 342. Then you put the bar right here. You see, so instead of putting the bar here, you put it right here on top, so that you put it on top here. Oh my god. Okay, you put the bar on top here so that these will be able to subtract and we have this balance here. Or you can do what we did is we want to move this decimal at the end here so that it accommodates these numbers here. So meaning that if we have to move this decimal at the end here, we need to multiply by 1000, and also we need to move this decimal here so that it accommodates this number here. So meaning that we also need to multiply the bottom part by 1000, and once that is done, we're going to have this smooth subtraction here. Then from here we just subtract now. So we subtract, so you can follow these steps. So this will give us a 0, so no need to write that. And now we come here, we say we get 2 minus 4, we get a 2, a 1 there, so this would be 3, and this would be 12, and this would give us 8. So this is as good as 0, no writing 0. Then 6, this we get 1 here, this becomes 2, and this becomes what? That is 13 minus, which is 7. This will give us 1. Then we get 1 here, it becomes 5. 14 here, it will give us 9. So this is 5 minus 0, that is just 5. 6, 1 minus 0, that will be 1. And 5 minus 0, that will be 5. So we do the same here. So this will be x. Then we subtract, this will give us 0, 0. So these zeros, this will give us 0. 0 minus 0, that will give us a 0. Let me see if I can push it up a bit. Let me use all right, so this and this will give us a 0. This and this will give us a 0. This and this will give us a 0. Then for us to get a 1 here, that will be 999. So this will give us that. So basically we divide by 999000 and this side 999000. This will give us x being equal to, so this can simplify because this is 8, so this is an even number and that is an even number. When you have a 0 at the end, just know that that is an even number. And when you have an even number at the end, know that that is the smallest factor that can go into an even number. So 2 into 5159178, and you're going to get that number there. So this is a fraction. So when you punch this on your calculator, you're going to get the same number that we had, which was 5.164, then 342 repeating. Okay, so that is basically how you do that. So if you have any questions, you can ask, then we'll see how we'll solve. So meanwhile, you can try to work out these here. Right, so just these simple questions. So express the following as common fractions. So you have 3.14232323 and so on and so forth. So let me just add one more. So maybe 5, maybe we'll say what? 7.592. Okay, so so that is that. So I'll be waiting for your submission. Otherwise, have a good evening.